Hi there, today I'm going to expose the Andrew Tate detain as nothing more than a media takedown. Firstly, let me say, I am in support of Andrew Tate, after everything so far that has been released, has been proving the Tate brothers are innocent and I don't care who gets angry. Let's start. Back in April of 2022, the Tate brothers' residence in Romania was swatted on claims of human trafficking. However, this was not the case as it was dealt with by the authorities and was deemed to be false. What happened was a girl from America was at the Tate brothers' party. She was posting Instagram posts about it. Her boyfriend saw the posts and called her asking her, "What's going on? Where are you?" Instead of telling the truth, the girl lied and said she was being held captive. The boyfriend then alerted the local police in his area, who then alerted the embassy, who then alerted the Romanian government. The Tates were swatted. After being detained and the authorities investigate, they found that the girl was not being held captive as she was seen collecting pizza from the CCTV footage around the residence. Turns out she was cheating on her boyfriend and didn't want to tell him.
I want to know the details. Were you arrested for human trafficking? What happened?
Yeah, I was not arrested. So what happened is I suffered from a case of swatting. It's very popular with people who are large on the internet. Many large YouTubers have been swatted. It's where you call the police and you say somebody has a gun or there's a hostage situation and the SWAT team arrives. Somebody made a phone call to the American embassy saying that I was holding women at my house. The police arrived. And let me state this now. I state this openly to the world. I have absolute respect for the police. I would hate to live in a country where if you call the police saying women are being held against their will, that the police don't respond. That would be terrible. Of course they should come and look. Absolutely. They turned up, they investigated, they realized that nobody was in the house against their will. There was no crime committed. They said, okay, you're not a suspect, but you are a witness to this, along with me, my brother, the housekeeper, the gardener. Everybody who was in the premises at the time was labeled a witness. We had to go to the police station for 45 minutes for pieces of paper. We filled them in and we were let go. I was swatted. Nobody was hurt. There's no human trafficking. There's no women who were tied up. There's none of these things. It's all just
This was proven by the Romanian local police. Now let's go back a few years prior. There was a girl who wanted to do cam work for the Tates. They had gotten 5 bottles of wine. She claimed Andrew Tate forced her to drink all 5 bottles, which is ridiculous, then apparently hit her. She quoted, "I got drunk, Andrew ordered 5 bottles of wine. He then hit me and I ran to the bathroom, then he raped me. Call me crazy." But this story doesn't add up at all. It seems exaggerated and forceful. Regarding this situation, the girl was actually getting drunk in the Tate brothers' house after willingly accepting to do cam work. She didn't want to do it and then threw up. She then yelled at Andrew saying, "Have one of your maids clean this up," to which Andrew replied, "Clean it up your fucking self, don't ask my fucking maids to do it." After she wasn't being respectful, Andrew tossed her stuff through a window and kicked her out of their house. 5 a.m. the next day, the Tate brothers heard a knock coming from the front door. It was police. They detained the brothers and went to investigate that incident that took place, where the girl lied about. Tate had 9 witnesses backing him. They took all 9 statements, including the girl who accused them. Shocker, she left before the authorities could get to her, left the Tate brothers fighting a false allegation for 4 years. Then to all our surprise, she then shows herself on Vice. Ah, yes, Vice, the poster children for fake news and media corruption.
First night that I worked for him, Andrew bought me like 5 bottles of wine. So I got completely drunk because I'd never done webcam work. So I was very, very nervous. Then that night, we were just sitting on the bed and Andrew punched me in my arm. I went to the bathroom and cried. It really, really hurt to have someone just hit me in the arm for no reason. I was very confused. Sorry. Sorry, I don't want to cry.
It's okay.
So then when I came out of the bathroom, he was super, super nice. Like, from what I remember, Andrew didn't have any alcohol at all. It was literally just me. That night we cuddled and we ended up having sex and I was really, really drunk. That was my first night. Then it was kind of like every single night I would work, but as soon as he handed me my money, I soon forgot about him hitting me and everything else, and it was just like, wow, I've got all this money now. Like, he would just pay me a flat fee of £15 an hour, which back then was fantastic. I was making £5 an hour at my 9-to-5 job. But when you look at the money that I was actually bringing in, it just doesn't even scratch the surface.
Were there any other instances where there was physical abuse?
Yeah, so when we moved into the bigger apartment, that's when more girls started coming into the apartment to work for Andrew. And that's when I just witnessed so much, like verbal, physical, not just to me, but the other women involved. And it just got worse over time.
This snake went on to Vice and shed her crocodile tears for the fan base of the Vice morons. They were caught lying so much that more of the case has been released discrediting their entire video. First, they manipulated clips and were caught instantly, so much that they had to take down the video and re-upload it and turn comments off. But that isn't why they turned comments off. These liars are saying that there are 6 victims, all lies. There are 4 statements from the girls, including the one who accused the brothers. There are 2 reasons the Vice channel turned comments off. First, they know the comments section will notice their lies.
It's a consistent leading question, it's a consistent narrative. Where's the question about the good he's doing for men? Well, there's a very clear narrative. I need to leave.
Clips that portray you in a negative light also help the algorithm to make you become more famous and more viral.
I'm not an expert on algorithms for social media platforms. I do not have most of them installed on my phone. I cannot control what a 15-year-old Singaporean decides to do when he chops me up and calls me names. I can't control that, and I wouldn't try to.
When you search for your name in Google, what are the associated... Why then have the Romanian police said the investigation is ongoing?
I'm not sure where you got that information from. I'm not sure who said it. Is there some kind of procedure that must be completed? I don't know.
There has been a lot of bad press about you.
And I wouldn't try to.
When you search for your name in Google, what are the associated...
Procedure that must be completed? I don't know.
There has been a lot of bad press about you. When you search for your name in Google, what are the associated... There has been a lot of bad press about you.
And you moved your business to Romania just to avoid like Me Too or avoid the kind of Western feminist legislation against.
Bro, I'll come out and say it, man. I got hit with a Me Too case.
Oh, really?
So I've lived this hell. So it wasn't actually a Me Too case. It wasn't a rape case. It was a false. A girl lied and said I hit her when I didn't, and she was in my apartment. And long story short, she was in my apartment. I just started the cam business. She drank too much wine. Western women, man, just crazy. Drunk too much wine, threw up everywhere, like an idiot. I said clean up. We had a cleaner. She goes, no, the cleaner's coming tomorrow. I said, the cleaner's not cleaning up. You're sick. You're not leaving this sick all night. Clean the fucking house. What's wrong with you? Wouldn't listen to me. Got all her shit, threw out the window. I was just like, you're getting the fuck out of here. So I said, get out. She stormed out. Anyway, I owed her some wages, some money, which I refused to pay her, like $500 or something. I refused to pay her. And then 3 months later, out of nowhere, I was in bed with another girl, 5 a.m., and I hear a knock on the door, 5 a.m. And for some reason, I just knew it was the police. Like instinctually, I've heard that knock on cops or some shit. I just knew. I was like, fuck. I said to the girl, I said, I think you're gonna have to go. She goes, is that your girlfriend? I said, I wish it was my girlfriend. It's something else. And when I opened the door, they'd sent the crazy man squad. They had full riot gear, tasers, everything, because they must have Googled me up. So I opened the door to like fucking RoboCops, you know, and I was like, what the fuck is this for? And they're like, you're for assault. You assaulted this person. I didn't assault. No, I said, I didn't assault anyone. He said the right thing to calm me down. So I'm not saying I was going to resist and whatever, but I was like, what the fuck's happening? He goes, bro, I don't know about your case. They just sent me to bring you in. I'm like a collection delivery service. I got to bring you in. I don't know anything about your case. If you're innocent, I'm sure you'll walk. That's what he said. So I went with them. Long story short, 4 years. It took me 4 years to beat it. In fact, it took me 4 years to beat that case. That's how long ago this was. 4 years. Even though I had, the time she got kicked out of the house, I had proof. I had other girls who went in on my side. I had 9 witnesses saying she was lying. I had text messages from her saying she's going to ruin my life. And I had all the evidence in the world, and she had nothing but her word of mouth. And it took 4 years for me to beat that case. 4 years of legal fees. 4 years of being on bail. And then when they arrested me the first time, they left me in a cell for 2 days and raided my house and took every phone and every laptop. Went through my entire life and found 10 new charges to charge me with. So it's not even just the first thing that I got cleared of. Then it's making a video while driving on your phone. Not allowed to use your phone while driving. Fucking every single
trying to find things.
Ruin your life. And they kept calling me in for these interviews. And I was sitting there like, are you fucking serious in front of these 2 female cops saying, you're a detective. You can't detect. This is obviously she's motivated by the fact that I fired her and she loves me and I owe her a little bit of money. You can't detect this fallacy. This is insanity. You know, and because I'm a kickboxer and because I have a big mouth, they were so sure I was guilty. They just were desperate to lock me up. It was insane. This was my first genuine experience with the police. And I kind of had faith in the police system until this experience.
And second, the alleged victims would speak against the Vice video and lies.
Hi, I will also like this thing. I think it's pretty embarrassing that 9 months after the first raid in April last year, we gave our statements in which clearly we said we weren't the victims. It wasn't until a couple of days ago, I think. Yeah, a couple of days ago that we found out about the whole situation. So I'm pretty annoyed and upset, and I don't understand why this is happening.
Okay, just a second, because I have to speak in my language for all the people. A spus că ea nu știa de această situație, că este absolut surprinsă de această situație, că a aflat abia în urmă cu câteva zile de tot ceea ce se întâmplă și că nu au nicio legătură. So please tell me about your connection between Beatrice and between Tate brothers.
Between Beatrice and the Tate brothers, well, me and Beatrice have been living together now for around 2 years, and I got to meet Beatrice, Andrew, and Tristan through some other friends of mine. We have had common friends, and we met, and till the end, we ended up being like family. So
s-au cunoscut în urmă cu 2 ani, au devenit prieteni apropiați și acum sunt ca o familie.
I am working on TikTok and Instagram. I'm working as an influencer. So you can actually earn pretty good money.
A zis că și ea lucrează pe Instagram, pe online.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand. So your opinion and also the Beatrice's opinion is that the brother states are very honest and they don't do.
I honestly think that
things.
justice should be made because this is very unfair. They don't deserve it. Those are just made up stories that go around the internet. If you don't have, I don't understand. We've been, the prosecutors said we're victims in this case, when we obviously declared we are not the victims. And that happened in April of last year, right? So this case is basically built on lies, in my opinion. How can I trust the Romanian authorities? How can I trust their words in Romania now that I live here, right? I chose to live here, and I've been wanting to live in Romania for like 5 years. I've been thinking of moving back, and it makes me wonder
generally, I don't speak now in this case, I speak just generally, the police in Romania are very strong, and in the end they will find out the truth.
How are they strong?
Always is the same. I repeat, I don't speak now in this case because step by step the police want to see the truth. So the both Romania or the guys who get interesting about this subject will find out the truth, but in the same time it's the job of Romania police to find out the truth. So thank you very much because you accept to speak with us. Absolutely. I appreciate this and I respect this and I respect also your point of view. Thank you very much.
Thank you as well.
Now let's move to what has been released. There aren't 6 victims, there are 4 statements. The alleged victims came onto Twitter and the news and exposed the media as listing them as victims. These 2 girls quoted, "We aren't victims. Why would they lie about something like this? Andrew treated us very well. The Tate brothers are like family to us." That's 2 statements that have been proven to be false media propaganda. Now as for the 3rd alleged victim, she has come out on Twitter and exposed it to not be true, that the Tate brothers are innocent.
Bună, mă spun Natașco, am fost o perioadă de timp director al penitenciarului pe Landava, am lucrat de 22 de ani în sistemul penitenciar. Subiectul despre care vreau să vorbesc acum cu voi este Andrew Tate. De ce fac asta? Pentru că mi se pare foarte nedrept ce se întâmplă. Andrew este un om deosebit, un om care respectă femeile și care tratează pe toată lumea frumos. Am locuit o perioadă de timp în casă cu acest om și vreau să spun că pe mine m-a tratat ca pe o soră și m-a ajutat foarte, foarte mult. După ce m-am pensionat, intenționam să mă apuc de OnlyFans, printr-o cunoștință am ajuns la el, m-a învățat tot ce se poate. În momentul în care eu am vrut să plec din București și să continui în Craiova, nu a fost nicio problemă, mi-a spus că mă pot întoarce oricând, putem colabora și la distanță și tot a fost ok. Nu cred că este genul de bărbat care să aibă nevoie, nu știu, să folosească forța pentru a avea o femeie. Este un bărbat frumos, carismatic, are tot ce vrei, adică nu ar avea de ce să recurgă la forță. Niciun model din casa aia n-a fost forțat, nimeni nu a forțat pe nimeni. Tot ce se spune el, eu cred că se datorează faptului că a deranjat foarte mulți oameni influenți prin faptul că este vertical și că a spus fix ce avea el de spus. Nu vreau să intru în teoria conspirației, dar în realitate lucrurile nu sunt așa cum sunt ele prezentate în mass media. Înțeleg foarte bine ce se întâmplă acum, dar nu este deloc cinstit și ar trebui să judecăm oamenii după ce îi cunoaștem, nu după ce se spune despre ei.
As of yesterday, the Tate's lawyers have confirmed that these are indeed the alleged victims. Turns out these girls were Andrew's witnesses. The Romanian authorities listed them as victims. For shame. Now let's move on to the video where Andrew Tate apparently beats women.
All I said say is it. I said tell the camera I beat you when you don't do as I say. I didn't say the word listen. Did I say the word listen? Did I say the word listen? Stupid bitch. I didn't say the word listen. Did I say listen? Did I say listen? No. Look at the camera. Did I say listen?
This video was debunked by the girl in the video twice, and has recently had to come out for the 3rd time and say it was consensual, but the haters don't want to see past their hatred.
Hi. I'm pretty sure many of you have seen a video of Andrew Tate beating up a woman.
There's a video from 10 years ago that showed me in a sexual act with one of my ex-girlfriends.
Hello everyone, I just wanted to say something about the video that's been released recently about me and my ex-boyfriend Andrew Tate. Andrew is my still great friend. What you guys saw in the video, it's just what we used to do. It was just pure game. He's a great guy. He would never hurt anyone unless he's fighting.
And I'm pretty sure not so many of you have seen the same woman coming forward with a statement saying it was nothing but a sex play. So here I am again for the second time. Yes, the woman he has beaten up and the same woman who has made a statement is me. So I'm coming forward for the second time to just clarify and let everybody know it was nothing but a sex play. It was consensual foreplay that we liked doing, that I was into, that I wanted.
If you don't live under a rock, then I'm pretty sure you know that Andrew Tate has been arrested for human trafficking and a rape, which is absolutely absurd, simply for the reasons that it's absolutely false. I have lived with Andrew for years and years, and he would never do anything like this, ever. I've already had to make 2 videos regarding his innocence when it came to him being called a woman beater for a video that got leaked of us 2 having a little bit of a rough role play. I had to make a video clarify, 2 videos in fact, clarifying that he is innocent. And here I am again, coming from somebody who lived with him for years. He is not a human trafficker. He would never rape anybody, and he would certainly never ever human traffic anyone either, including his brother. They would never do such thing. I am just so shocked, and I'm so fed up with all of these lies, talking about it, that he's a woman beater, that he's a human trafficker, he's raped somebody. It is so false. It's so false that it's upsetting. Even though we're no longer together, it upsets me because I know the person I have lived with, I know who he is, and he is neither of those things, and he does not deserve any of this coming his way.
Today was the Tate brothers' appeal. Obviously it was going to get rejected as the investigation is still going on, but the alleged victims have stated that this is all false. The brothers are not human traffickers and we aren't victims. All in all, the brothers are being detained on no evidence and only suspicion based on one woman's claims, who isn't even in the country. For shame. Hate the Tate brothers all you want, but do not lie just because you hate them. The evidence being put forward day by day is proving the brothers' innocence. No wonder the Tate haters are angry, crying on Twitter, clearly showing they don't care if they are innocent, but that's to be expected from the people who tolerate people like Hunter Biden and the pedophile community. Sorry, I meant the LGBT community. The alphabet gangs can't handle when they're wrong about something. It's all Andrew Tate is guilty. Why is he guilty? Because I saw a video on Twitter and his old site. They don't realize what a brand is, or a character is. Simply clown world. This was a flex of power by the media. Free the Tate brothers.